Okay, now we'll talk about how to use our graphing calculator to find a relative maximum. Oops. And this is going to be very, very similar to what we just did with a relative minimum. Okay, it'll be all the same things except when we get to the menu, we'll choose maximum instead of minimum. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to use the function x cubed minus 16x. So let's hit y equals, and we're going to put in x cubed. To do cubed, you can do the little caret, which is right here, and then the 3 minus 16x. Okay, and let's just hit the graph and make sure we can see. Now, look, we can't see the top of the hill and the bottom. It should look something like this. So let's try zoom, and one that I like to try before I do anything else is one that's called zoom fit, zoom 0. It'll try to guess the best one for you. This still doesn't help us too much. So let's hit zoom and let's zoom in. So zoom 2, right about here. That's really not helping. So let's hit zoom 6, get back to our standard window. And so we know we're okay x-wise, we just need to zoom out on the y direction. So let's go to window and let's change the y scale. So let's go from maybe -50 to 50, and let's go by 5s instead of by 1s. There we go. Okay, so by leaving the x values the same and just changing the y scale, we were able to now see it. Okay, now let's look at what this graph is doing. We're increasing until this relative max, and then we're going to decrease until this relative min, and then we're increasing again after that. So we really need to find this relative max and this relative min. So to find the relative max, again, we're going to hit second in the trace button or the calc button, and we want max, so we're going to hit 4. And this is our maximum, so again, it's asking for a left bound, so we're going to use the left arrow until we get to the left of it. Okay, we're now past it to the left, so we're going to hit enter. Then we're going to use the right arrow till we're past it with the right, hit enter, and then for a guess, we'll go over to it, hit enter. And we're actually just going to use an approximation. So we'll say this point is approximately -2.3 comma 24.6. So we'll just round to 1 decimal place. Okay, now we also need this minimum. So remember to do that, we're going to hit second, trace, and we're going to choose minimum instead of maximum. Now we're already to the left of it. I like moving just a little closer. Here's our minimum value. We want to make sure it's to the left. So we're going to hit enter. Now we need to go to the right of it. So we're going to use the right arrow. So we get past it. So here's our minimum. It's now to the right. Enter. Enter for guess. Okay, and this point right here is at 2.3 comma -24.6. Okay. So let's look at where our graph is increasing. We're increasing from -infinity up to that first relative max. So -infinity up to -2.3, and then after the relative min, we start going up again. So we'll say 2.3 to infinity. And then we're decreasing, we're going down between those two x values. So between -2.3 and 2.3. Okay, let's look at our relative max. So here's our relative max. Remember, we say it is the y value. It is 24.6 at the x coordinate -2.3. And then our minimum is the lowest point, is right here. And we say it is the y value, -24.6 at the x value 2.3.